Hi friends, today we are going to discuss the GATE PYQ Microbiology Part 2. So let's see the first question. Binomial nomenclature has not yet been adopted for. So the answer is virus. So how we will reach to the answer is by taking example of each of these microorganisms. For example, in case of bacteria, if we consider E. coli, it's having a genus and species name. So the binomial nomenclature is something which is having two parts, genus as well as species name. The next one, fungi, Penicillium notatum. Here also you can see the binomial nomenclature. And in case of virus, if it is tobacco mosaic virus or coronavirus, you cannot find this binomial nomenclature, right? And in case of protozoa, if it is Plasmodium vivax, here also you can find the binomial nomenclature. So it was an easy question, right? Next, let's move on to the next question. In humans, the key stages in the life cycle of malarial parasites occur in. So let's understand the pathogenesis of this malarial parasite. Here you can see an unhappy man because he is infected by Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malaria, or any other species of Plasmodium. Okay, so what happens? This mosquito, that is Anopheles mosquito, which injects sporozoate to these human, and what happened? This sporozoate enter the liver cell first. Okay, not the point, it is liver cell. So first it enters the liver cell as sporozoate, then it will get converted into schistons, and the schistons will rupture the liver cell and it is released onto the RBC. So this much cycle which is happening outside the RBC is known as exoerythrocytic cycle. Okay, and next is inside RBC, whatever thing is happening, that is erythrocytic cycle. In RBC, what happened? This schistone will enter the RBC, it will get converted into immature trophozoite, and at this stage you will be seeing some ring-like structure inside the RBC. Okay, so ring-like structure is seen at this stage, that is the immature trophozoite. And this immature trophozoite will get converted into mature trophozoite. Otherwise, it can directly get converted into schistons only, and the cycle repeats. This erythrocytic cycle repeats. So what this mature trophozoite do? It will get converted into gametocytes. The gametocytes will again enter into the, no, it's already there in the blood. It will enter into the digestive system of the mosquito while it is feeding the blood from the human. Okay, and inside the mosquito, the other cycle, that is the sporogenic cycle, takes place. That is, the gametocyte will get converted into macrogametocyte, then ookinete and oocyst. Okay, the oocyst will rupture, means it will mature and get converted into sporozoite, and it ruptures and it reaches the salivary gland of the mosquito, and when it started taking its blood meal, it will pass on to this sporozoite into the human. So this is the cycle. In this cycle, you can see that the things which is happening in the liver cell and the RBC. So we got our answer. It is in the liver cell and it is in the RBC only. And the cycle which is taking place inside the mosquito is the sporogenic cycle. The cycle which is taking place in human is the exoerythrocytic cycle as well as the erythrocytic cycle. So these are the points to be noted. Moving on to the next question. You have a 50 mg per ml stock solution of arginine. To prepare 1 liter of growth medium for an arginine auxotroph that requires 70 microgram per ml of arginine, the volume of this stock solution that should be added is what ml? Okay, so this is the question. So simply how can we solve this is by just looking at this question. Okay, you have concentration, 2 concentration and 1 volume, and you are asked to find the volume only. Simple. The formula is C1V1 is equal to C2V2. Right. So here, what is the C1? C1 is the 50 microgram per ml. You should note the units. That is the most important thing in this kind of question. The formula is easy, everything will be easy, but the thing is, please note the units. So this is microgram per ml. So it will be -3 into V1. V1 is the thing which we need to find. And the second concentration is 70 into, it is micro. So it is 10 raised to -6 into 1 liter. So liter also we need to convert, right? So it will be 1000. So what will be V1? So you can cut this. It will be 10 raised to 3, will be 1. So the answer will be 70 into 1000 by 50 into 1000, right? Answer is 1.4 ml. The primary product of nitrogen fixation is, so we know that there are many steps in nitrogen fixation and it is a very important topic in GATE exam. So first, what is nitrogen fixation? Nitrogen fixation is the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. That is the first step, nitrogen fixation. So what is the product? Primary product will be ammonia only, right? And after that, what will happen? This ammonia will be converted to nitrate. Nitrate is NO2. Okay, nitrite. So this is nitrite. And this nitrate is again converted to nitrite. So what is this process known as? The conversion of ammonia to nitrate. This process is known as nitrification. Nitrification. So here they may ask question like which microorganism play role in the conversion of ammonia to nitrate. So the conversion of ammonia to nitrate is carried out by Nitrosomonas, Nitrospira and Nitrosococcus. Okay, so the thing which is you have to notice nitro plus AS. So that all thing will help in the conversion of ammonia to nitrite. Okay, and the bacteria which play role in converting nitrate to nitrate. Nitrite to nitrate is Nitrobacter. So how we will remember all these things? It's very confusing, right? So I am remembering it by, it is nitrate, no? So Nitrobacter, AB. Okay, AB. In this case, the thing which with nitro plus S, all these things will come under ammonia to nitrate. And the thing which will not the thing, that is microorganism. The microorganism which help in the conversion of nitrite to nitrate is the Nitrobacter. Okay, I hope you understood this. And the final step is that again this nitrate will get converted into nitrogen by the process of denitrification. And the microorganism which play a role in this denitrification process is Pseudomonas, and other examples are Thiobacillus denitrificans and Paracoccus denitrificans. So we will see in the next session. Bye. Thank you.